So my name is Daniel Ash, and I have the honor of being the president of the Field Foundation based here in Chicago. It's my job to introduce the governor, but before I do, I want to say, on behalf of my staff and our board, we are very, very pleased to be a supporter of Press Forward Chicago and a supporter of many of the journalism platforms that are present in this room. We believe that every resident of this state deserves access to accurate, fair, and trustworthy local news. We understand clearly that supporting local news is absolutely vital to our democracy and to our civic life. We have an awesome governor. He champions the First Amendment. And he understands that every Illinoisan benefits from freedom of the press. And he understands that our democracy needs every single one of you journalists present in this room. With that, it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage our governor, JB Pritzker.
Thank you very much for that very kind introduction. It used to be a fairly low bar to say that somebody could follow the Constitution, believe in your right to free speech, but these days. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and I really am honored to be here among local journalists, the indispensable public servants who stand at the forefront for our communities, for our democracy. We all ought to be defending the work that you do. I want to thank everyone here for committing themselves, each and every one of you, to preserving, well, these vital institutions that you represent. To the lead organizers, of course, of this summit, Tracy Boehm, who I've known for a number of years from Press Forward Chicago, thank you for your persistence in fighting for First Amendment rights. Thank you to Stacy Reed of Press Forward Springfield, and of course the heads of community foundations that are here, the Community Foundation for the Land of Lincoln, and that's John Strumsturfer, by the way, who I've worked with on a number of other projects, but did not know that you're also engaged in preserving our First Amendment rights. So thank you for everything that you do. We also work together on the State Fair. Lots of Chicagoans have not been to the State Fair in Springfield. You should go. It's a whole lot of fun. It is. And I want to recognize Andrea Saenz, of course, of the Chicago Community Trust, and Press Forward National Leader Dale Anglin. So thank you all for all the work that you do. I also want to recognize the members of our Illinois Local Journalism Task Force, especially our chair, Senator Steve Stottlemyr, as well as Professor Tim Franklin. Yeah, we should give Senator Stottlemyr his due, and to all the foundation leaders, the elected officials, the local media, and all of our speakers and guests that are here today. To every journalist, to every intrepid reporter and local news representative here who continues to press forward and fearlessly report the truth. On behalf of the entire state of Illinois, on behalf of the people of Illinois, thank you. Thank you for your really invaluable work. I don't think that people recognized how important that work was until, well, so many threats now exist to your right to get the truth. Local news has never been more vital, but it's also never been under greater threat. Whether it comes from the major corporate conglomerates that are buying all the local newsrooms only to hollow them out and then leave town, or from the abhorrent trend of physical violence against journalists across the United States and across the world. The steady and deliberate erosion of local news and trust in media is also putting us on a very dangerous path in this country. From Chicago to Cairo, I see the hard-hitting, on-the-ground public service of journalism every single day. Sometimes it's hard-hitting against me. Sometimes it's hard-hitting against Republicans. Seth Lewis is here. Thank you for your service in our state Senate. I have to say, it doesn't matter. Your job is to call us out, to get us to answer questions. Our reporters put themselves in harm's way to keep people informed and to help us stay safe during emergencies and natural disasters. I've seen the work that you do, the important, hard-hitting work that you do during school board meetings and zoning debates and local elections as journalists forge ties that build strong civic communities. When Trump brought the chaos and insanity of Operation Midway Blitz to Chicago, it was our local press corps that brought truth to light. So proud of the work that you did here. That service, that heroism doesn't just come in our moments of tense crises. Just last month, I was grilled by two high school students from Fairfield, Illinois, in their flagship publication, The Pretzel. I thought it was named after me until I realized, oh, not the Pritzker, The Pretzel, about authorization of a teachers' strike and the impact of ongoing economic development in their region. There is no computer, there is no artificial intelligence or algorithm that can replace a good human reporter that knows and lives in their community. So through the divides of political partisanship, rampant disinformation, big tech algorithms, that are widening every single day, Americans are more desperate than ever for trusted information about what's going on in their communities and, of course, across their country. There is no better place to get that than local newsrooms, reporters who aren't just members of the media, but rather they're members of the community. So they know their neighbors, their friends, they know people across their cities and towns that help them bring context to the work that they deliver. And since I took office, I've made significant strides, our state has, to revitalize our local news ecosystem. It's never enough, it's not enough. But we launched the Illinois Local Journalism Task Force, which guided many of the policies that we've now signed into law. Illinois was the first state in the nation to implement a tax incentive program to help local news organizations. That program, you may know, is called the Journalism Sustainability Tax Incentive Program. And in 2025, over $4 million in state tax credits supported 58 Illinois local news entities, benefiting more than 600 journalists that work there. These are news organizations that are spread all across our state, major legacy outlets, small community newspapers, digital startups, and public broadcasters. Half the funding went to news organizations outside of the Chicago metro area. 2/3 went to newsrooms with 6 or fewer journalists. Often, the best journalists are in these very small organizations and doing jack-of-all-trades work to deliver news, real news, and truth to people. And 1/3 of the money of those tax credits went to nonprofit news organizations. Now, I also signed the Strengthening Community Media Act, which creates transparency requirements for the sales of local media outlets. And most recently, we amended the Citizen Participation Act to explicitly protect news media from frivolous defamation lawsuits and similar litigation, which are often designed to intimidate and to bleed newsrooms dry. Illinois is uniquely suited to be a national leader in protecting and expanding local journalism. Our vibrant civic leadership, strong philanthropic landscape, the top-ranked higher education and journalism outlets, and history of coming together to address the most pressing issues. It doesn't hurt also that several of our best Illinois elected leaders are former reporters. And let's face it, with more local units of government than any other state, this is a problem we should be covering, there's never a shortage of news in the land of Lincoln. We all have a role to play, each and every one of us, to maintain a healthy and prosperous local media ecosystem and, in effect, a healthy, prosperous Illinois. It was the great Chicagoan Ida B. Wells who reminded us the people must know before they can act, and there is no educator to compare with the press. So thank you. Thank you all for committing to that mission. I truly am deeply grateful for your invaluable work. Please, please don't give up. Stick to it. We need you. We need you now more than ever, in fact. So thank you all.